Okay guys, back out on the bank. We've come to the River Severn. The levels have finally dropped. I've been waiting a few weeks to get back here. Yeah, the level's down to a metre at the measuring station at Welsh Bridge. Last time I came it was 2.5 I think. Anyway, we're back. It's really cold, it's 2 degrees. I think it's highs of 3 today, so yeah, there's frost on the ground. Got the rods out already. The left hand rod is got a roach with float ledger in, roach on the left hand rod, and we've got mackerel on the right hand rod. We're going to move around, probably spend like about an hour in each spot, and yeah, we'll see how we get on. We're travelling light today, as light as we can, and we're using the 10-foot rods. So got me Corum Zelos reels there, 10-foot rods, and got a couple of floats down there. So fingers crossed. So I'm not sure how well this is going to show up, but the river level last time we came was probably up to about here. So yeah, quite a bit further down. And what I've done, because the banks have been underwater so long, they're really soft. So I've put a storm pole in here, and I've got a rope with knots in to help me get back up, as we'll have to net the fish down there. And yeah, it's going to be a case of slide down on me bum and then probably crawl up with my knees. So guys, let's have a look. What time are we on? So I've been in this spot for like 50 minutes now with the baits in. And I was sort of saying like give it an hour. I don't know, what do you guys do? You'd think that if the pike are there, they'd take it, you know, an action to come quite quickly. And this spot, if I spin you round, is a cracking, don't know how good it's going to show up on here, but it's a cracking spot. It's nice and deep, probably the deepest part of the river that I found around this area. You know, so you've got a nice big slack area. The crease is kind of like out here, so you've got this nice sort of big slack area. It just screams pike, doesn't it? But I probably think I've only caught 2 pike from this spot and fished it about 5 times. This will be the 6th time, but the last time I fished it, I'd give it the hour, and I think after 50 minutes, so like now, I had a take, and unfortunately I lost it. But then I put the bait back out, and then I was like, oh, what do I do? And I was going to stick with my guns and leave in 5 to 10 minutes, and I had a take, and I think it was the same pike, and I managed to land it. But I read an article about how, you know, it's worth staying in the same spot all day because the pike could be there but just not feeding at that moment. So it's one of them, isn't it? I don't know. But this is just such a good spot that it feels like it needs a bit more than an hour. But I could come back. The only danger then is that I spend a lot of the day walking rather than fishing. I'm not really sure what to do. Let me know what you guys do. In my last video, guys, I shown you me putting some oil into the bait, holding it like this. Now, I got some feedback in the comments, which I'm really grateful for. People are right, definitely should not be injecting baits like this. The chances of slipping and hurting yourself, yeah, it's just not worth the risk. So I wish I hadn't have included that in the video now, but I'm really grateful for the feedback. And again, it's all about learning. The last thing I want is anyone to get hurt. So yeah, if you're going to be injecting baits, I'm not putting oil in this bait at the minute, but if you're going to, I guess, have it on a hard surface, yeah, and be pushing the needle away from, you know, if I'm holding the fish here, push the needle away here like this, and then it can go into the bait. And if you slip, yeah, you're not going to hurt anything. or hurt yourself rather. So yeah, and like I say, guys, I really do appreciate the feedback, and yeah, if I'm doing anything else wrong, either from a safety for myself or the fish, let me know, and any tips as well, because I'm currently blanking. So, third spot of the trip, just a big tree in the water here, just got one quite close down here, and one sort of more slightly into open water. Let's hope it's third time lucky. Sitting high up on the bank here, because as you can see down there, it's still frosty, so I'm getting a little bit of sun here. Fourth spot of the trip, last chance saloon. Probably only got about half an hour of light, so fingers crossed. So fast forward a week and we're back at the Severn. It was a blank, my first ever blank. I suppose I blanked when it was really flooded, so I suppose second blank, but I didn't really fish that time, so yeah, I'm calling it the first blank. I did try one more spot for the last 15 minutes, which was the first spot of the day, was pretty much my banker spot. Never not had a bite from that spot until that day. So anyway, we're back a week later and we're in the big deep spot. Got the two rods out. We've got mackerel on the right hand rod and roach on the left hand rod. So yeah, fingers crossed we get a fish. Didn't really want to put a video out without a fish in it, so hopefully we get a fish. The conditions today are totally different. It's actually 9 degrees at the minute as opposed to 2 last week, and we've had all the winds yesterday. They seem to have died down. It's not too windy here, but the river has gone up. It's now 1.5 meters. So quick update, the river is rising quite quickly, and while we've been sat here, this was where the chair was. The bank sticker was out there, so it's come up quite a bit, and I'm gonna have to move again now because it's caught up to me again. We've stayed in the same spot. To be honest, the reason is there's someone else fishing here. There's a car in the car park, and I think they're in, well, I've seen them, they're in the third spot down there. It's a bit sheltered out of the wind like this spot, and the other spot in between is you sat right with the wind hacking at your back. So that swim's not going to be very comfortable, but the main reason is right sort of here, and they're moving around a bit. This one's moving around and the other one's sort of staying still, but sort of about here a pike actually swirled after I'd been here about an hour and a half. We're now about 3 hours in, I think, maybe 4 hours in. So I seen the pike. The other swim's going to be uncomfortable. The other one someone's fishing in, so I decided to stick out here and see that theory of they're here and it's just a case of waiting for the feeding time. So I'm just going to stick it out in this one and see how we get on. Well, unfortunately, it was a blank. That's 2 in a row, none last year. Bar the first session last year, the river was just sort of in a constant state. It was low, clear. So I don't know if that has an effect. The temperature of the river has gone up though. It did go down to about 3 degrees, and it was up to 6.8 today. So I was very hopeful, to be honest, and seeing that pike swirl. But I guess if that spot has been hammered, maybe that's it. Maybe they've just been hammered on dead baits and it's just not the one. Yeah, but anyway, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I think I might turn to, there's some reservoirs on my club ticket that I might try. They hold some really nice pike in, so maybe that's next, I don't know, or try the River Severn. But yeah, it's a bit of a killer, that trip in the car. But anyway, hope you're all doing better than me and you're catching plenty of fish. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much to all the new subscribers. Tight lines. Take care, guys. See you in the next one. Bye now.